The Democrat Party is full-blown crazy. Their motto should be illegal immigrant criminals first and American citizens last, because that's exactly what they are doing. You have seen Democrat elected officials who swear an oath to stand up for their constituents and law-abiding American citizens spending more time advocating for illegal alien criminals, gangbangers, and wife beaters in the case of Abrego Garcia from Maryland. It's despicable, it is disgusting, and we are going to continue to call them out, and this administration is going to continue to fully enforce our nation's immigration law.
Welcome back, folks. I've got another thrilling, trending highlight for you today. Make sure to like, subscribe for the latest political scoop, and leave your comments. Let's dive right in. On April 23, 2025, during a tense Oval Office meeting, President Donald Trump criticized Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, stating, "It's been harder to deal with Zelensky." Trump accused Zelensky of undermining peace efforts by making inflammatory statements and being disrespectful to the United States.
Are you going to be meeting with President Zelensky? He's asked to meet with you this weekend. Will you be meeting with him
I don't know. I don't know that he's going to the funeral or not, but I just hope he gets this thing solved, because we're losing about, think of this, 5,000. I was saying 2,500, and everyone was telling me that's low. 5,000 soldiers are being killed every week, approximately. Think of that. Every week, 5,000 soldiers, but let's say from 3,000 to 5,000 are being killed. They're Russian and Ukrainian. They're not Americans, but they're Russian, but they're people. And they're humans, they're human beings, they have families, they wave goodbye to their son, and then they get a call that the son's no longer there. It's a vicious war, and if I can help solve it, you know, we're not losing our soldiers, but we're losing soldiers, a lot of people. And if I can solve it because of a certain ability, that would be great. And if it doesn't happen, I will say that I think Russia is ready, and a lot of people said Russia wanted to go for the whole thing. And I think we have a deal with Russia. We have to get a deal with Zelensky, and I hope that Zelensky, I thought it might be easier to deal with Zelensky. So far it's been harder, but that's okay. It's all right.
Yesterday in the Oval Office, President Donald Trump announced a significant shift in U.S.-China trade relations, signaling a move away from his previously confrontational approach. He emphasized that the U.S. would not play hardball with China, stating, "We're going to be very nice," and expressing hope for a cooperative relationship with President Xi Jinping. Trump further indicated that the steep 145% tariffs on Chinese imports would be reduced substantially, though not eliminated entirely. He emphasized that for China to continue accessing the U.S. market, a deal must be reached.
145% is very high, and it won't be that high. It's not going to be that high. It got up to there. We were talking about fentanyl, where, you know, various elements built it up to 145. No, it won't be anywhere near that high. It'll come down substantially, but it won't be zero. It used to be zero. We were just destroyed. China was taking us for a ride, and just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi." No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice, and we'll see what happens. But ultimately, they have to make a deal, because otherwise they're not going to be able to deal in the United States. So we want them involved, but they have to, and other countries have to make a deal.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt didn't hold back during her appearance on America Reports, calling out Democrats for what she described as a disgusting prioritization of illegal migrants over American citizens. Leavitt strongly criticized Democratic policies, accusing the party of neglecting everyday Americans in favor of pushing an open border agenda.
The Democrat Party is full-blown crazy. Their motto should be illegal immigrant criminals first and American citizens last, because that's exactly what they are doing. You have seen Democrat elected officials who swear an oath to stand up for their constituents and law-abiding American citizens spending more time advocating for illegal alien criminals, gangbangers and wife beaters in the case of Abrego Garcia from Maryland. It's despicable, it is disgusting, and we are going to continue to call them out, and this administration is going to continue to fully enforce our nation's immigration law.
A protester was arrested after spray painting USA over the presidential seal in the Trump Tower lobby in New York. The incident sparked a quick police response and raised questions about security and political expression at the landmark. A female teacher defended a student wearing a MAGA hat in class after the student was bullied.
Do you know how it feels to get bullied? Do you understand how it feels to get bullied? Do you understand? There's people out here in this world really getting bullied and they killing themselves because of this type of stuff. You need to be ashamed. All y'all need to go home and think about this. Matter of fact, I want y'all to all come in with papers, 10 pages on bullying. Because I'm not going to stand for that. Are you okay? I want y'all to apologize right now. Apologize right now or get out my classroom. He shouldn't have worn that hat. Apologize right now. Get the fuck out my classroom. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I want that on my desk. Sing it on. Do y'all hear me? Now back to the top quiz. Put your hat back on.
On Wednesday, President Donald Trump announced his plans to install 2 striking 100-foot flagpoles on the White House lawns, each proudly displaying an American flag. The announcement came after Trump was seen walking across the North Lawn with Dale Haney, the White House's chief groundskeeper. "We're putting up a beautiful, nearly 100-foot-tall American flag," Trump said.
We're putting up a beautiful, almost 100-foot-tall American flag on this side and another one on the other side, 2 flags, top of the line. And they've needed flagpoles for 200 years. It was something I've often said, you know, they don't have a flagpole per se. So we're putting one right where you saw us, and we're putting another one on the other side on top of the mounds. It's going to be 2 beautiful poles.
During a refueling stop at Ramstein Air Base in Germany, Vice President J.D. Vance took a moment to connect with U.S. service members by serving beers to the troops. The event, captured in photos and videos, showcased Vance engaging with military personnel, sharing drinks, and participating in lighthearted interactions. Mayor Eric Adams appeared to criticize Kilmar Abrego Garcia during a press conference announcing the arrest against Tren de Aragua members.
Let me tell you something. I won't have a tequila drink with a gang member. I won't be hanging out with them and hugging them, acting like they are victims. They are not victims. They create victims by their actions.
All right, guys, God bless you all, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. I love hearing from you. I'll see you in the next trending topic. Take care and see you soon. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have arrived in Italy to attend the funeral of Pope Francis. The couple touched down earlier today, drawing international attention as world leaders gather to honor the late pontiff. Their arrival marks a significant moment amid the global mourning of the Pope's passing. Full coverage and video footage are now circulating online. Dressed in formal mourning attire, the Trumps were seen stepping off their aircraft and making their way toward the Vatican under heightened security and intense media coverage. This high-profile visit also marks one of Trump's most notable appearances on the world stage since leaving office, drawing commentary and speculation from global observers. Video footage of their arrival is already circulating online, capturing the solemn tone of the occasion. The funeral is set to be a historic and emotional event, with millions expected to watch as the world bids farewell to one of the most influential religious leaders of the 21st century. Numerous world leaders and royals have gathered in Rome for Pope Francis' funeral. Among the most prominent figures at the Vatican's St. Peter's Square on Saturday morning were Prince William, U.S. President Donald Trump, and his predecessor Joe Biden, Britain's Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, and French President Emmanuel Macron. Their attendance comes at a fragile time for international diplomacy, with Trump meeting Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky before the service, according to Zelensky's spokesman. Here are some pictures of the VIP attendees. Volodymyr Zelensky, left, sitting on the same front row as France's Emmanuel Macron, right of center, and Donald Trump, right. Trump was in a front row seat near France's coffin, alongside his wife Melania Trump, across the aisle from Macron and his wife Brigitte. Intriguingly, he and First Lady Melania were sitting between two staunch supporters of Ukraine. Estonia's President Alar Karis was to Melania's left, and Finland's Alexander Stubb to Trump's right. Estonia and Finland are both staunch allies of another man of the moment in attendance, Zelensky, who looked somber-faced at the Vatican. He was sitting on the same row as Macron, separated by a few other dignitaries. Zelensky, who has been locked in negotiations and public arguments with Trump in recent weeks, was just 10 seats and one aisle away from him on the same row. VIPs were seated separately from the massive crowd in Rome, with top seats given to Argentina's President Javier Milei, Italy's PM Giorgia Meloni, and President Sergio Mattarella. Dignitaries sat beside St. Peter's Basilica, with other royals and officials arranged alphabetically in French. Italian President Sergio Mattarella, left. Argentina's General Secretary of the Presidency, Karina Milei, left of center, and Argentina's President Javier Milei, center, in their prime seats. Representing British royalty, the Prince of Wales was sitting next to German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the service. Starmer was sat in the fifth row with his wife Victoria. Behind the British leader was the World Health Organization's WHO Director, General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Former U.S. President Joe Biden was seen hand in hand with his wife Jill. He was sitting 4 rows behind Trump. France's President Emmanuel Macron and France's First Lady Brigitte Macron left, along the row from the Trumps. The Macrons watched the service closely from their front row position. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni at the funeral. Norway's Crown Prince Haakon and Crown Princess Mette Marit. Spain's King Felipe and Queen Letizia. Monaco's Princess Charlene left, and Prince Albert II center. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have officially returned to the United States, landing in New Jersey after attending the historic funeral of Pope Francis in Vatican City. The former president and First Lady were among a select group of global dignitaries and world leaders who traveled to the Vatican to pay their respects to the late pontiff, whose death marks the end of an era in the Catholic Church. The couple was seen departing Rome earlier today under tight security and touched down in New Jersey this afternoon. Their attendance at the funeral drew significant international attention, as President Trump has had a complex relationship with the Vatican during his time in office. Melania, who is Catholic, was also observed paying her respects with quiet reverence during the ceremony. Observers noted a private moment between Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during the event, sparking speculation about what was discussed behind closed doors. While the White House has not released an official statement, sources close to the former president described the trip as deeply meaningful. The funeral was held at St. Peter's Basilica and was attended by heads of state, royalty, religious figures, and thousands of mourners. As Trump and Melania return to their residence in New Jersey, questions remain about the future of global diplomacy, especially following such a symbolic and unifying event. Breaking news coming in. A surprising moment just unfolded as President Donald Trump exited a helicopter and was spotted walking alongside Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley. The scene unfolded just moments ago, drawing attention from both political and sports fans alike. Trump, who has made several public appearances in recent weeks, was seen stepping off the helicopter in a confident stride. But what made this moment truly stand out was the unexpected company he was keeping. Saquon Barkley, the star running back for the Eagles, is known for his on-field talent and incredible athleticism. But seeing him alongside the president in this rare and unscripted moment left many people wondering what sparked this unexpected meeting. As the two walked together, they appeared to engage in conversation, though the details of their discussion remain unclear. Was it a casual chat or perhaps a more strategic conversation related to football, politics, or community initiatives? The mystery is certainly adding to the intrigue. The pairing of Trump and Barkley is especially interesting, considering the different worlds they come from, politics and professional sports. But it's also a reminder that both men are high-profile figures in their respective fields, with large followings. Their unexpected walk could signify a potential partnership or simply an impromptu moment between two public figures who happened to cross paths.